Hello everyone. Once again, welcome in this series of videos in which we are covering 100 most important topics associated with your upcoming UPSC Civil Services exam, Civil Services Prelims exam 2026. As I have already discussed in my previous videos, that here I am not going to discuss the entire topic, going to discuss only those aspects which are really very important for your exam. So in this particular video, I am going to discuss the three topics. The first one is the Shada Darshan, or the sixth system of Hindu philosophy. The second one would be the Buddhism. In this, I will discuss the Four Noble Truths, including Eightfold Path and prominent sects of Buddhism. Then the third one would be the Jainism. In Jainism, what I will cover the Tirthankars, then the important sects of Jainism, including the Jaina philosophy. So firstly, starting with Shada Darshan. You know, dear, that Indian philosophy has been divided into two categories or two parts. One is called Indian philosophy. One is called orthodox and second one is called heterodox. What is the difference between this orthodox and the heterodox? Heterodox philosophy like Buddhism, like Jainism, like Charvaka, like Ajivika, like the Pakud Kachayan, like Ajit Kes Kambalin, they normally rejects the authority of Vedas. Rejects what? Authority of Vedas. They are put under which category? Heterodox category. And under orthodox, we have six systems of Hindu philosophy. Hindu philosophy popularly known as Shada Darshan. So first topic is what? Shada Darshan, or sixth system of Hindu philosophy. This orthodox philosophy, it accepts the authority of the Vedas. Remember this. So under Shada Darshan, we have Samkhya, we have Yoga, then third one is the Nyaya, the fourth one is the Vaisheshika, and the fifth is the Mimamsa, and the sixth one is the Vedanta. Clear? These are the names of the sixth system of the Hindu philosophy. Now the second thing, the propounder of the Samkhya philosophy. Remember, among all these six system of the Hindu philosophy, the Samkhya is the earliest one, and the propounder of the Samkhya philosophy is Kapil. The Yoga philosophy is very much similar to the Samkhya philosophy, except two or three elements. So the propounder of the Yoga philosophy is Patanjali. Nyaya philosophy, based on reasoning, logic, propounded by the sage Gautama. Vaisheshika, the teachings, the philosophical aspects of the Vaisheshika philosophy has very much similar with the Nyaya philosophy. So Vaisheshika philosophy or ideas propounded by whom? Kanad or Uluk. Then Mimamsa propounded by Jaimini, and Vedanta propounded by Badarayan. So remember the name of the propounder. Sankhya philosophy propounded by Kapil, Yoga philosophy propounded by Patanjali, Nyaya philosophy by Gautama, Vaisheshika by Kanad or Uluk, and Mimamsa by Jaimini, and the Vedanta by Badarayan. Now, let us understand few important elements about the Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, and the Vedanta. See, Sankhya believes that by Purus and Prakriti, this universe forms. Initially, this Sankhya philosophy emphasized that by only by what? Only by the Prakriti the evolution of this universe take place. But later it also incorporated the Purus. By the combination, by the impact of Purus and this Prakriti, the process of evolution of this entire universe starts. So it means initially it was non-dualistic, later it became dualistic. Clear? First point. And second, that is very, very important, that for the evolution of this entire universe, the existence of God is not necessary. Existence of God is not necessary, role of God is not necessary. That was the view of the Sankhya philosophy. The process of evolution take place naturally without the aid of the God. Very, very important. Next point, next important thing about the Sankhya is that when Purus will get separate from the Prakriti, the Purus will be able to attain salvation. Here in very simple terms, in very lay terms, Purus is equal to soul. So when Purus will get separate from the Prakriti, the salvation will be attained. And in this Sankhya, the Sankhya philosophy talks about three types of knowledge. The first is perception, that is direct knowledge, then inference, that is indirect knowledge, and the third one is the testimony or the sabd. So these are very, very important things, concept that I discussed about the Sankhya philosophy. Then coming on to the Yoga philosophy propounded by Patanjali, and as I have suggested that yoga is a younger brother of the Sankhya philosophy. Clear? It also believes that when Purus gets separates from what? From the Prakriti, salvation will be attained. But how? So in order to attain salvation, Purus must follow what? Ashtang Yoga. Ashtang Yoga. Getting my point? And the second thing that you must remember that Yoga believe that for this creation of universe, the importance of God, the role of God is necessary. So that was all about what? All about the Yoga philosophy. The Patanjali wrote this philosophy in his book Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra. And the Kapil wrote Sankhya Sutra, but that sutra or that book is not available here. So now we have a book available related to the Sankhya is Sankhya Karika, written by Ishwar Misra. Now coming on to the Nyaya philosophy, propounded by whom? Propounded by the Gautama, and it says what? The Nyaya philosophy says that false knowledge, improper knowledge leads to suffering. The person will not be able to attain salvation if he or she is getting improper knowledge, false knowledge. False knowledge leads to what? Leads to suffering, and the right knowledge leads to salvation. There are, under this Nyaya philosophy, there are 4 ways to attain knowledge. And what are those 4 ways? perception, that is direct knowledge, then inference, indirect knowledge, then testimony, verbal communication by verbal communication, and then the last one is the comparison. These are the four means to attain knowledge. Getting my point? So that was all about what? That was all about the Nyaya. Now coming on to the Vaisheshik. Once again, Vaisheshik and Nyaya has very much similarity. Very much similarity. The propounder of the Vaisheshik philosophy, is what? Kanada, sometimes also called Uluk. And he is also the propounder of atomic theory as well. Atomic theory. He says that all the materials of this world is made of four tiny elements: earth, water, air, and the sky. All the components, all the substance are made of tiny elements, which he called Anu. And these all are what? Eternal. Anu are what? Eternal elements. Governed by whom? Governed by God. So propounder of atomic theory, Kanad or Uluk. Remember. So this one, so that is all about what? The Vaisheshik philosophy. See, I am discussing only the important elements. Now, coming on to the Mimamsa. Mimamsa. Propounded by whom? Propounded by Jaimini. Propounded by Jaimini. And the Mimamsa philosophy lay emphasis on Vedic rituals, sacrifice, Vedic rituals and sacrifice. It says that in order to attain salvation, a person has to perform Vedic rituals and sacrifice under the monitoring of a priest. Clear? Under the monitoring of the priest. In order to attain salvation, a person has to perform Vedic rites, ritual under the monitoring of the priest. So that was all about what? All about the Mimamsa. Here one or two more points I would like to add under the Mimamsa philosophy. Apart, other than Jaimini, we have Kumaril, we have Prabhakar and Mandan Misra, disciple of Kumaril Bhatt. All these scholars, philosophers associated with what? Mimamsa philosophy. Kumaril Bhatt, Prabhakar, and the disciple of Kumaril Bhatt, Mandan Misra. Associated with which philosophy? Answer is the Mimamsa philosophy. Now next is about Vedanta philosophy. Vedanta philosophy propounded by whom? Badarayan or Badarayana. In which book he propounded the Vedanta philosophy? Answer is Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra. Clear, dear? Now, Vedanta philosophy lays emphasis on knowledge. It says that the soul and the Brahma are identical with each other. Soul has no independent existence. Rather, it is totally dependent on whom? Brahma. In fact, soul is an integral part of the Brahma. When soul will be realized that I am an integral part of the Brahma, and when I will be merged with whom? With the Brahma, salvation will be attained. So how a soul will be able to realize? Answer is by knowledge. Getting my point? So this philosophy lay emphasis on what? Knowledge. And the source of this particular philosophy is what? Upanishad and the Vedas. From where the Badarayana interpreted this philosophy? Answer is by taking help from the Upanishads. So that was all about the sixth system of Hindu philosophy. So from here, now I am moving towards my next topic, and the next topic is Buddhism. Under Buddhism, I am going to cover the four noble truth and then the important sects of Buddhism. You all knew that Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautam or Gautam Buddha. Birthplace Lumbini, attained knowledge where Bodh Gaya, then first sermon Sarnath or Rishi Patan, then the place where Buddha lived or spent most of his life after attaining knowledge or nirvana, answer is Sravasti, and at the age of 80 years Buddha passed away where Kusinara. Kusinara is where? It is in Uttar Pradesh. So now the ideas of Buddha has been explained by him in or under four noble truth. So according to Gautam Buddha, the first noble truth is about what? That Gautam Buddha says that this world is full of suffering or full of sorrow. Full of sorrow. Everywhere there is suffering. Birth, suffering. Feelings, suffering. Consciousness, suffering. Will, suffering. So according to Gautam Buddha, this world is full of suffering, full of sorrow. In this first noble truth, Gautam Buddha explained about what? Panch Skandha. Panch Skandha. Like body. Body, when you are young, you feel ki, oh, we are at the right stage. But when you will become the old, you will start suffering, you will start getting pain because of the disease. It means body is associated with what? Sorrow or pain. Then feelings associated with sorrow or pain. Then the will associated with sorrow or pain. Then perception associated with sorrow or pain. Then consciousness associated with sorrow or pain. So Panch Skandha is a part of which noble truth? Answer is first noble truth. So in the first noble truth, Gautam Buddha did what? He said, he told that this world is full of suffering, full of sorrowness. Then the second noble truth, there is a cause behind what? Suffering or sorrowness. In Pali he said, in the first noble truth he said dukh. Second noble truth, dukh samudaya. It means in the second noble truth, Buddha explained why there is suffering. And the answer was that people suffers mainly because of the desire. So desire is the root cause of suffering. Gautam Buddha explains that whatever exists in this world cannot exist without cause. Each and every element in this world has a cause. And cause leads to suffering, cause leads to sorrowness. And the reason behind suffering is our what? Desire. In this particular second noble truth, Gautam Buddha explained Pratitya Samutpada. Pratitya Samutpada. Very, very important, my dear. For your upcoming exam, this philosophy is very, very important. Remember, Pratitya Samutpada is the core of all Buddhist philosophy, and Pratitya Samutpada is a part of which noble truth? Answer is the second noble truth. In English, Pratitya Samutpada means the theory of dependent origination. Theory of dependent origination. So here, by the elements, by 12 elements, Gautam Buddha explain suffering, explain the rebirth. By 12 elements, Gautam Buddha explains what? Suffering and rebirth. Remember this point. And the core of Buddhist philosophy is what? Pratitya Samutpada. In English, it is called theory of dependent origination. Since you are dependent on something, that is on cause, effect, that is rebirth is taking place. So until and unless you annihilate the cause, you will not be able to annihilate your rebirth. You will not be able to end the suffering. So in order to end the suffering, firstly you have to end what? The rebirth. But how? We'll discuss. So second is Pratitya Samutpada, or the second noble truth. The reason behind suffering is what? Desire. Third noble truth, we can overcome suffering, we can end suffering or sorrowness. There is a remedy. And the fourth noble truth is the eightfold path. By following eightfold path, a person can overcome desire, and as soon as a person overcome desire, the rebirth, or you can simply say that a person will be able to attain nirvana. That is, a person is going to free himself from the chain of rebirth or birth and death. So by following eightfold path, a person will be able to attain nirvana. And once a person attains nirvana, it means he overcame what? The desire. And as soon as a person overcame desire, instantly, ultimately, he ends the rebirth. The process of rebirth ends, and so the suffering. So in the first noble truth, what I said, I discussed dukh. Everywhere there is suffering, dukh. Dukh samudaya, second noble truth. The reason behind suffering is desire. Third, dukh nirodh, there is a way to overcome suffering. And the fourth, dukh nirodh gamini pratipada. It means by following eightfold path, a person can overcome desire, and as soon as a person overcame desire, suffering gone. Getting my point? So here, I think that the idea of four noble truth is clear. Clear na? So from here, I am moving towards what? Towards that is associated with the four noble truth, and that is called nirvana. Nirvana. In or literally the word nirvana means blowing off the candle. Literally the term nirvana means blowing off the candle. Clear? In Buddhism, nirvana simply means overcoming desire. And how a person overcome desire? By following eightfold path. And remember dear, this eightfold path, sometimes also called middle path. Sometimes also called middle path. It means neither severe penance nor self-indulgence. So how a person can attain nirvana? So firstly, nirvana literally meaning blowing of the candle. In Buddhism, overcoming desire is equal to attaining nirvana. How a person can attain nirvana? By following eightfold path: right view, right action, right speech, right livelihood, right concentration, right mindfulness. All these are what are the examples of the eightfold path. It means simply you have to speak correctly, you have to maintain the bread and butter of your family properly, the right speech, right action, clear right livelihood. All these are the part of eightfold path, or the last, that is fourth noble truth. So nirvana, I think simple means overcoming desire. Nirvana, remember dear, it is a state of mind where there is permanent bliss, permanent bliss and happiness. So now I think four noble truth is clear. So from here, moving towards our next topic, and that is prominent sect of Buddhism. So prominent sect of Buddhism, Hinayana, Mahayana, Hinayana and Mahayana. Hinayana accept Buddha as what? As great person, while the Mahayana believes Gautam Buddha as God. The followers of Hinayana, they do what? Symbol worship. Symbol worship, no idol worship. No idol worship. But the followers of Mahayana, they do what? They do idol worship. Idol worship. Third, the goal of Hinayana is to attain the status of Arhata, means simply to attain Nirvana by following eightfold path. And here the goal of the Mahayana is to attain the status of Bodhisattva. Who is Bodhisattva? An enlightened being who know how to attain salvation, but deliberately I am saying, he holds his attaining salvation. Why he deliberately holds his salvation? Because to help others in attaining salvation or nirvana. Getting my point? So the goal of Mahayana is to attain the status of what? Attain the status of Bodhisattva. Then the Hinayana literature are in Pali language, while the Mahayana literature is in which language? In the Sanskrit language. Now under the Hinayana we have two philosophical schools known as Sautantrika and Vaibhasika. These are what? The two philosophical schools. Vaibhasika and Sautantrika are the part of Sarvastivad, already asked by UPSC. Sarvastivad. Vaibhasika lay emphasis what? That knowledge can be best attained by perception, that is direct knowledge. While the Sautantrika lay emphasis that knowledge can be attained by direct, that is perception, and indirect, that is inference. So it says that knowledge can be best attained by direct, and Sautantrika by direct and as well as indirect. So these are the two philosophical school of the Hinayana. Now under Mahayana we also have two philosophical school. One is called Sunyavada or Madhyamika. Sunyavada or Madhyamika, the theory of relative existence, propounded by Nagarjuna, the Einstein of India. Then the second one, Vijnanvada or Vigyanvada, propounded by Asang. It believes only in consciousness. It doesn't believe in material world. Rather, it only believes in what? Consciousness. So that was all about Hinayana and the Mahayana. Then we have next sect. One more thing I would like to discuss about the Mahayana. Under the Mahayana, we have the idea of Manusi Buddha, and idea of heavenly Buddha as well. There are 5 heavenly Buddha and 7 Manusi Buddha. In fact, Siddhartha Gautam was Manusi Buddha, while Vairochan Amitabh considered as the heavenly Buddha, while Siddhartha Gautam, Kashyap, Kanak Muni or Konaga Muni, Kraku Chanda, all are the part of Manusi Buddha. In Mahayana, we have the important deities, like one is Hariti, goddess Hariti. Initially, goddess Hariti considered as the killer of the child. Demoness, she was a demoness considered as the killer of the child. But by the effort of Buddha, she became the protector of the child. Who? The goddess Hariti. So, all these things associated with what? Mahayana philosophy. Then here, moving towards the Vajrayana. This philosophy became popular in the early medieval India, particularly in the eastern part of India. Early medieval age, eastern part of India. This sect was patronized by the Pala rulers of Bihar and Bengal. This Vajrayana emphasizes what? That nirvana can be best attained by acquiring magical power. Nirvana can be best attained by acquiring magical power. The 2 subsects of the Vajrayana are Sahajayana and the Kal Chakrayana. Sahajayana and the Kal Chakrayana are the 2 subsects of Vajrayana. Then let us know the name of other Buddhist sect, like Dhammotari, Bhadrayani, Sammitya. These 2 were in the Deccan region, and this one was popular in the Sindh region. Dhammotari, Bhadrayani, Chetkiya, once again popular where? In the Deccan. So these are the names of the various sects under Buddhism. So here what I finished? I finished the important elements associated with Buddhism. So from here I am moving towards our new topic, that is Jainism. Under Jainism, I have to discuss about Tirthankars, then the Jaina philosophy, Anikant Vada, and then the prominent sects of Jainism. So Tirthankars. You know that Jaina believes in the cyclic nature of time. Utsarpini and Absarpini. The age of progress, age of decline, age of progress, Utsarpini, then age of decline, Avsarpini. In each and every phases of what this cycle, there appears 24 Tirthankars. Why there appears 24 Tirthankars? Answer is to inform the people how to attain Kaivalya, that is, how to get freedom from the cycle of rebirth. So in each and every phases of the cycle, there appears how many Tirthankars? 24 Tirthankars. So right now we are in which stage? Avsarpini stage of cycle. So according to the Jaina tradition, the term or the word Tirthankar means ford builder. Remember dear, ford builder. This is the term. You must remember the meaning of the word Tirthankar is equal to ford builder. So Tirthankar is a person who shows the path, who informs us how to cross the river of or ocean of suffering. As soon as you will cross the ocean of suffering, a person will be able to attain Kaivalya. And as soon as a person attains Kaivalya, he or she gets freedom from the cycle of rebirth. Now, the Tirthankars are the founder of Jainism. Their total number 24. You already knew this. Now, the Tirthankars are also known as Jina. Jina means what? Conqueror. Conqueror over what? Over desire, over sense organs. Jina has the perfect knowledge, and the followers of the Jina known as Jaina. Remember this? Now, next point about Tirthankars. The Jaina traditions states that there are 24 Tirthankars. If we talk about history, then the historicity of Tirthankar number 1 to 22. Historicity of Tirthankar 1 to 22 is unknown. It means we have very limited knowledge. Historically, we have very limited knowledge about what? The first 22 Tirthankars. If we talk about religious book, then we have sufficient knowledge, but historically we have very limited knowledge. So that is why historian says that Tirthankar number 1 to 22, their historicity is unknown, but certainly the Tirthankar number 23 and 24, they were pure total historical figure, and we have sufficient knowledge about Tirthankar number 23rd and 24th. Remember this point. Now, the Tirthankar first known as Rishabdeva or Adinath, considered as what? The founder of Jainism. Who? Rishabdeva or Adinath. And what is the symbol associated with Rishabdeva or Adinath? Answer is bull. And Rishabdeva has been mentioned where? So R for Rishabdeva, R for Rigveda. Clear? Then coming on to the Tirthankar number 23rd, we have Tirthankar number 2, we have Tirthankar number 3, we have Tirthankar number 22, like Aristonemi, and his symbol is conch, considered as relative of Lord Krishna as well. Who? The 22nd Tirthankar, that is Aristonemi, but their historicity is unknown. Coming on to the 23rd Tirthankar, that is Parshvanath. So birthplace of Parshvanath, Varanasi. And the four teachings associated with Parshvanath: Satya, truth; Ahimsa, non-violence; Aste means no stealing; and Aparigraha means no possession. So Satya, that is truth; Ahimsa, that is non-violence; Ahaste means no stealing; and Aparigraha means no possession. So these are the four teachings given by whom, propounded by whom? By the Parshvanath. The place where he passed away. In fact, most of the Jaina Tirthankars passed away at a hill called Samed Sikhar. So remember, this is very, very important. Samed Sikhar. Where is this Samed Sikhar? It is in Jharkhand, Parasnath Hill, the highest peak of the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Parasnath Hill. So Samed Sikhar. Right now it is called Parasnath Hill. So this was the place where many Tirthankars, they passed away. Samed Sikhar. Now coming on to the last Tirthankar, that is Vardhaman Mahavir. Vardhaman Mahavir, considered as the real founder of Jainism. So he was the last Tirthankar. Symbol is what? Lion. And what was the symbol of Parshvanath? Answer is hooded serpent. Hooded serpent. It was the symbol of Parshvanath. And the symbol of last Tirthankara is what? Is the lion. Birthplace, birth year 540 BC, near Vaishali. Near Vaishali, North Bihar, there is a place called Kund Grama. So Kund Grama is the place where Mahavir Swami took birth. In which republic? Jatraka Republic. The father of Mahavir Swami, you already knew, Siddharth. Mother, Trisala. Mother was Trisala and the wife Yasoda. Trisala was the princess of which republic? Likchavi Republic. While his father Siddharth was the head of which republic? Jatraka Republic. Wife Yasoda and the daughter Priyadarshana or Anujaya, and the son-in-law Jamali, elder brother Nandivardhan. At the age of 30 years, he left home in order to attain knowledge, and after involving himself into the severe penance, he attained knowledge at the age of 42 years. So he attained Kaivalya Gyan at the age of 42 years. And in which year he left home? So when he was 30 years old, he left home. So the place where Mahavir Swami attained knowledge, Jrambhik Grama. Jrambhik Grama, near Rijupalika River. Rijupalika River, under which tree? Under Sal tree. So as soon as Vardhaman, the real name of Mahavir Swami was Vardhaman. So as soon as he attained Kaivalya Gyan, now he came to be known as Tirthankar, came to be known as Jinnah, came to be known as Mahavir, and came to be known as Niganth Nath Put or Nai Puta. Last year, this question has already been asked. So that was all about what? All about the Tirthankars. So our next topic about this Jainism, and one more thing, near Rajgrih in South Bihar, there is a hill called Vipulchal Hill. So at that place, he delivered his first sermon, and at the age of 72 years, that was 468 BC, 468 BC, Mahavir Swami passed away. Where? At Pavapuri. Pavapuri, he passed away. So here what I did, I discussed about whom? About the Tirthankars. Then next is about the Jaina philosophy, Anekantvada. Jaina philosophy, Anekantvada. You know, this philosophy states that a truth has multiple dimensions. So normally whenever we talk on any elements, on any subject, we do not talk its various dimension. Our way of talking was normally one-ended, one-sided, normally. But in fact, a truth has, or any elements has, multiple dimension. When we take them all together, then it becomes complete truth. Getting my point? So this philosophy talks about what? The theory of many views, many sidedness. So a truth has multiple dimension. When it is taken together, then it becomes complete truth. That is all about Anekantvada. And under Anekantvada, we have philosophy like Sayadvada. We have philosophy like Sapt Bhangi Nyaya and philosophy like Nyayavada. So that was all about Anekantvada. So from here, moving towards next topic, that is the prominent sects of Jainism. So prominent sects of Jainism, Digambara and Shvetambara. Digambara and Shvetambara. Digambara sect propounded by whom? So normally it has been considered by many scholars that it was propounded by Bhadrabahu, while the Shvetambara propounded by Sthul Bhadra. Number 1 point. Number 2 point is that the Digambara monks, they do not wear cloth. They do not wear what? Cloth. While the Shvetambara monks, they wear what? White cloth. Clear? Second point. Third is that only male can attain salvation. But here both male and female can attain salvation or Kaivalya. Next is what? After attaining Kaivalya Gyan, no need to take food. After attaining Kaivalya Gyan, no need to take food. But here, after attaining Kaivalya Gyan, food can be taken off in small quantity. One Tirthankar, Mallinath, he has been considered as male, while according to Shvetambara view, the Mallinath has been considered as female. So who was Mallinath or Tirthankar? Then, like Hinayana and Mahayana sect of Buddhism, under this Shvetambara and Digambara, we have so many subsects, like the Bisa Panth. Bisa Panth is a part of what? Bisa Panth, Samkhya Panth is a part of Digambara sect. So Bisa Panth, Samkhya Panth are the subsect of the Digambara. While Sthanakvasi, this has already been asked by UPSC. Sthanakvasi is a part of Sthanakvasi, Terapanthi, part of Shvetambara sect. So in fact, Sthanakvasi and the Terapanthi, clear, are the subsect of Shvetambara. So that was all about Digambara and the Shvetambara. One more sect that you must remember, and that is called Yapaniya. Yapaniya sect. Part of what? Jainism, and it was founded by Kalas around first century AD, and it combines the features of Shvetambara and as well as Digambara. So for our exam, the Yapaniya sect is very important, and in prelims you may expect that Yapaniya sect is a part of Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism or others. So your answer would be very simple. Part of what? Part of Jainism. So that is all about Jainism, Buddhism and the Shada Darshan. So thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.